cheesecake, but the best thing about it is that you do not have to do a market visit to buy expensive ingredients like cream cheese, and it can be made in a very simple way using very basic ingredients, essentially just two ingredients. And this is obviously a take on an Indian dessert known as bhapa doi, which is basically steamed dahi. And the first time I tried it, it was mesmerizing. And today I'm going to play around with the king of all fruits, and let's see how that turns up. Once you try this, you're going to think twice before spending around 3,000 or 4,000 rupees on a half a kg cheesecake. This is the first way and the most typical way of making a cheesecake, or for that matter any cake, which is using a spring foam mat. Basically this is a mold which comes with a detachable ring, and you can remove the latch and the entire ring comes off without the added pressure of inverting your cheesecake. And since this is usually not available in many sizes, and there are times when you're just cooking for two, those are the times when I do not use the spring foam mat. So here I'm going to show you a few more ways, considering not everybody has a spring foam mat at home. So here is a ring, and it usually comes with a plate of its own. However, I've lost the base, so I'm going to use any other ordinary steel plate which is oven safe, and cut my butter paper the size of my ring and place it like that. Then this entire thing can be baked, and finally both things can be separated. And the next way possible is that you take an aluminium tin which is disposable, and one can tear off the edges once your cake is baked. So that way you get a cake and you do not need to remove the mold. The final way is that you take a regular cake mold and you place a parchment paper, butter paper inside it, and you stick the base using butter, and then you remove the entire thing when it's baked all together, because you've left extra paper on the side to give it a nice lift. So guys, today my chosen format for making the cake is the ring, and here I've got a butter paper lined with butter. I've also greased the edges of my ring with a little bit of butter. And the first step to make your cheesecake is to start preparing the base. So let's quickly start with that. So these are very famous butter cookies available in India, and I'm going to put this in my blender. I've taken about 5 cookies, and here is a little bit of butter. I'm going to add it all in the blender together and give it a nice blend. So I'm done blending this, and it has got a muddy texture. Basically it's like soil with a little bit of dampness. And now I'm going to place this in my ring. So let's start with that. So I'm going to put this mixture evenly throughout my ring. And we are done spreading this mixture evenly throughout the ring, and now we would give it a final smooth texture using the base of a glass. Now I'm going to quickly put this in the freezer for some time while we prepare the rest of the mixture for the cheesecake. It's time to whip things up, and this, as we discussed, is primarily a 2-ingredient cheesecake, or the Indian version of a cheesecake. And here I'm going to put some condensed milk into my bowl. This is about 250 ml of condensed milk, also synonymous with the brand called Milkmaid in India, in case the word condensed is giving some confusion over here. And the next ingredient is some hung curd, which again is not a specialty ingredient. It's basically curd hung using a cloth or a sieve for about 30 to 35 minutes, so that it leaves its extra water and gives us this nice thick texture. And here goes in some plain yogurt or your dahi. So here I have pureed about 1.5 mango, and I'm going to put this in my batter. So guys, I would advise that you should always taste the ingredients individually. That gives you an idea about how much additional sweetness is required and how much of it you can eliminate. For example, my mangoes today were extremely sweet, so I didn't need to add any sugar in it. However, while making the puree, you can also add some sugar, and that will give that extra sweetness to your mangoes in case you have more of a sweet tooth. We all know this condensed milk is extremely sweet, so the other two ingredients balance it off. The mango also provides it with that certain acidity, which makes this whole combination a genius idea. Since it does not have any eggs, we do not need to whip it too much. Just a nice mix is good enough to sort of blend in all the ingredients. You must check for consistency, and when the batter sort of does not break when you do this, that means it's in good shape and ready to bake. Now I'm going to get the mold, which I had left in the freezer for about a good 15 minutes. So some people recommend baking their base without the batter going inside to leave it sort of crunchy. But what I've realized is that this way works perfectly for me without the added effort of doing so. So it's the moment of truth. I'm going to pour in the entire thing inside. And this has to be a quick process, guys, because you do not want the thing to leak from the edges. So for garnishing purposes, I'm just going to put a little bit of the mango puree on top. This is pureed with some milk. Silver foil on top. This is going to help it to sort of steam better and retain the moisture, and also give that extra leak proofness. So here I have placed a stand on top of a water bath. This is about 2 liters of water in my bake tray. I place the stand on it. I'm going to place the plate on top and bake it all together. So guys, this is done baking in the oven for about 60 minutes, and now I'm going to chill it in the refrigerator for some added stability. So guys, I've taken this out of the refrigerator after it has rested there for about 40 minutes, and I'm going to remove this ring. Hopefully it will be set properly just the way I want it to be. And here we go. Fingers crossed. And it's perfect. Time to start decorating it. I lifted it using this spatula over here, and I'm going to gently remove it. So I had this beautiful hibiscus blooming in my garden. I've removed the pollen grains. I'm going to place this on the side. Hibiscus is edible, by the way, so there's no harm in keeping it with your cake. And just to add a dash of color, I'm going to place these 2 marigold flowers. These 2 are edible and look beautiful on the plate. So when you flavor your cake with something, it's often a good idea to put a little bit of it on the top in order to signify what the person is going to eat and how much they're going to like it. Guys, this cheesecake is ready, and I think I'll be preparing another one very soon as my birthday is approaching, and during this lockdown it might not be a very wise idea to order from outside. Meanwhile, I recommend that you make the best out of the mangoes this season and get straight down to your kitchen. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel.